And welcome back to Owl003. So I want to talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, and that is ego and hate as it pertains to remote viewing. Um, because the longer you're in this field, you come to find that once you look under the hood and you see a lot of the cracks. Um, there's a lot of frauds. There's a lot of bullshit, and just a lot of hate, a lot of old bitterness in the field of remote viewing. So I remember sitting back with an instructor, and I'm listening to all these horrible stories. I mean, like, you totally get a vibe from a person when they're they tell you all these. You can just tell, like, oh gosh, you're pretty bitter, And I remember a student had told me, and one of my students I went to school with, he had told me right before we got on the plane on the way home, and he goes, "Hey, did you notice that this person, nobody's doing the right thing except for them? Like they're the only." I said, "Yeah, I've noticed that." So, and I was, there's a you could see a pattern here. The students, these teachers show you something that's within you, but because they show it to you, you're just kind of like, whatever you say makes sense, But as time goes on, you grow, and all these guys are great instructors. I'm not, it's all I'm saying is just don't get wrapped up into their bitterness. I mean, it's not worth it. You will hear, no matter what. First of all, again, a reminder: everybody's competing. Who's ever's teaching remote viewing is competing with somebody else. Apparently, that is teaching remote viewing. So, whatever they're teaching is the best thing on the market. Now, let me tell you. I remote view a lot, and I've been part of a lot of bigger projects. And a lot of the stuff that I've seen, probably 8 out of 10 times, I would say, what'll happen is, let's say there's 4 people involved in the project, okay? They'll get a piece, they'll get a piece, they'll get a piece. I'll get everything, each one of what they got, plus a bunch more that they didn't. Now, is that because I'm using CRV and they're using something else? No. It's because I've got 60 pages here. I took several breaks. I came back. I dug in again. You got 20 pages here, 30 pages here, 15 pages here. Had you stuck around, I'm hearing voices at the target. You don't get phonetics if you're in there for 15 minutes. So I don't care how many squares you put on the pages. I don't care how many blindfolds and look this way, look that way, flash sketches, whatever. That's all bullshit, guys. I mean, it works. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you hear this was the advanced protocol and this was that's bullshit. No matter where you put the fucking square on the page, no matter if you change this is a Playfair, this is a matrix, or open the box like this. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Any established protocol will function to get this job done. And I've seen all school viewers, bring back a ton of data. I've seen like great remote viewers in all schools. So if you are seeing somebody online, and I'm one of them, I got platinum standards, but I teach one person at a time, and I don't like teaching at all. I mean, I like it a little bit, but I enjoy remote viewing. Teaching is kind of a pain in the butt, but these people are trying to find a way to monetize remote viewing, so it can be competitive. These guys, between ego and money and trash talking, it's ugly. It's ugly as hell. So my advice to you is find somebody that you feel kind of attracted to, or excuse me, what I would do is really dig in and look at sessions, talk to people, Um, don't just like believe the commercial. Oh, this is the blah 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 standard or this or that. Talk to people who've been taught by them. Look at this. Look at the session. Get a basic understanding of the framework of what they're doing. Do some research. But as far as method, blah blah blah, that's all bullshit. I mean, and again, for the longest time, I was carrying the torch. CRV, the way Ingo's way is the way I was taught it, and let's nail Len's feet to the to the cross because the ideogram doesn't seem representative the same way that it's just guys. I have paid more money for training. I had great training. But I was determined to be really good at this. So no matter what stick you put in my hand, I was going to paint something, worth seeing. It's just so don't get dogmaed into that, and don't get wrapped up in it. And if you hear somebody spouting that, they've got some kind of thing against, Ed May or this or that, just ignore it. Just ignore it and just carry on. Yeah, because the whole ego thing and the whole drive, honestly, to kind of monetize remote viewing is like a sickness in the field. Um, it's like it's cyclical. It's almost like it feeds each other. So everybody's got to eat. And people, people should get paid for their time and stuff like that. But when you start to get into numbers where it's like, yeah, 6,000, 7, how much did you pay for this? The instructor, oh, you got this for free, and you were charging $6,000. Well, they paid you. You got to think, because I'll tell you, I'm doing something online with one student at a time, but they're getting everything I got plus the mentorship of my time and that's another critical thing. Do not go to there's an well I'm not going to tell you what to do. Do whatever you want, but my advice would be you'd want an instructor that's going to have the time to really have time for you for as you grow into these new impressions and outlooks and experiences. It's nice to lean on somebody like, have you ever had this or does this or what is all this? I mean, I had a ton of weirdness going through the journey, and a lot of times I didn't have that person to lean on, and I think it's important in development. Um, so again, this is my journey. Like I said, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm a pretty open and honest person. I don't throw rocks and hide hands. Who you see in the camera is who I am. I've fought ruthlessly with some of these people in the field, and I've gone out of my way to apologize to a lot of them too. So like I said, my advice is just don't get wrapped up into it. Try and work with people that you can trust, and have good values, and because it's rough out there. It's ugly. But I still think it's a worthy endeavor. And I think a big part of the problem too is there's not enough people doing it. If enough people are doing it, then it's not a big deal, as far as who's good or whatever, because everybody's doing it. So right now, it's a gimmick. Everybody's selling a something. It's the future. It's the Um, so just tread lightly, guys. Do your research. Um, Don't let anybody try and to dim your shine, because they will every step of the way. And what was that saying? Oh yeah, adversity builds champions, and I believe that. So it's like I said, it's just you don't want to get wrapped up into it. So something to think about. Be kind to each other. Enjoy remote viewing. This is supposed to be fun. All right, don't take yourselves too seriously. Peace out.